Who you gonna call?
He-Man, 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 He-Man.
Hello, I'm Chris Davis. This is Gareth Davis, and we've just been absolutely buzzing over the Afterlife trailer, haven't we?
Isn't Ghostbusters so good?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Ghostbusters is so good, but what makes Ghostbusters so bloody good? And we're talking about the originals now. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. So we thought to ourselves, so we watched the Afterlife trailer. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
And it got us thinking, why is Ghostbusters so good? Why do we love it so much?
I think, one, it's nostalgic, and it's from our
course.
childhood. Everyone looks back and go, you kind of talk about those 80s films. It's in the top
Yeah.
three, surely, that you mention. And
Yeah, for sure.
It just harks back to a better time, Chris.
A better time. Like for me, I think like one of the things I always, why I look back at it so misty-eyed and whatever is because I had all the toys at the time.
Yeah.
That I loved the Ghostbusters theme. I loved the cartoon that came after the films. And I think that's what kind of is one of the things that's so great about Ghostbusters was the marketing.
Yeah.
The marketing at the time, the logo, as you've got on there, Gaz, would appear with no text or nothing underneath it for however long before the film came out. And the fantastic song by Ray Parker Jr., the theme. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! I can't hear you. All of those things kind of melded together to make this incredible sort of fever pitch for this thing, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, actually, I watched the first one again on Netflix a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
And when you pause it and it comes up with Ghostbusters, it didn't have the ghost as the O. It had a normal O, and it just looks so weird.
That is weird, isn't
And I
it?
don't know why they did it. Because it's still got the same typography. It's exactly the same, but no ghost O. Weird.
One of the most iconic movie logos ever,
Yeah.
if not the.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Is there another one more recognisable?
Jurassic Park, maybe. That's a good
It's a
one.
good shout. It's a good shout.
Yeah.
So let's talk about kind of, apart from the marketing and all that kind of stuff, and all the toys and all those amazing things, I think what makes it so good is the script,
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic story, isn't it? I mean, at the time, it was so kind of out there as a story, but it had this mad universal appeal for some reason. So, films before that, horror and all that kind of thing of the 70s, they were all about people running away from ghosts and monsters.
Yeah.
These guys are trying to catch them.
Yeah.
And it was kind of, it's such a high concept idea, isn't it? And I think having those guys as non-heroes, regular fellas, trying to catch ghosts, just made it appeal to everyone, I think.
Yeah,
young and old.
Yeah, and that genre, it kind of crosses so many genres, doesn't it? Like comedy, sci-fi, even like horror. Some of those things are scary, man. I wouldn't show it to my kids. Well, the youngest I wouldn't. The eldest, in fact, this Halloween, 'cause that's only just gone.
Yeah.
She said, on Halloween, don't play Ghostbusters, the theme tune, because it scares her, because she thinks back to the ghosts.
Don't show the library scene then.
No, I won't. I will not.
I think that's like one of the scenes for me that kind of I remember as a kid that stands out because I did shit myself when I saw that scene.
Yeah.
Because obviously, what does Dan Aykroyd say? He's like, get her.
Yeah, get her.
She just goes, like this little scary librarian. But I think she's scarier as an old woman than she is as a monster. But I got a reason for that. My next door neighbour, you know this story, I think.
Yeah.
My next door neighbour, when I was a kid, she used to put an old man mask on. And me and her little lad would be playing, he was the same age as me, and she'd just like pop her head out with this old man mask from around the corner and just wait for us to notice. It's some sort of child cruelty, I'm sure. And it was a bit like, remember Zelda from the Terrorhawks? It was a bit like that.
Scary.
And oh my God, it scares me now. You're going to have to walk me back to the car. I'm scared now. But back to Ghostbusters, I think, as well as this really original idea, so written by Dan Aykroyd, Hal Ramis, Ivan Reitman.
Yeah.
They wrote it in 2 weeks, I think, in Dan Aykroyd's basement in one of his homes somewhere. And then flavoured, once Bill Murray was on board, flavoured with a bit of Bill Murray, wasn't it?
Tell me what's your flavour?
Yeah.
And I think it's that mixture of a witty script written by comedy actors and writers at the height of their powers.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Isn't it? And then obviously going into this fantastic cast of characters and, the Peter Venkmans, the Ray Stantz and Egon Spengler.
And what I like is just their performances are fantastic because there's no real character development really. You don't know about these people. You don't know how they met, all that kind of backstory. You don't know. But just the way that they perform, it's like, this is fantastic. I love these guys. I would love to be a Ghostbuster, man.
Yeah, oh, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to be, didn't they?
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to be. Like, you've got Venkman as the Bill Murray character as the kind of fast-talking, smooth salesman almost of the team, isn't he?
Yeah, well, Sigourney Weaver calls him a game show host. Like, you're not a scientist, you're a game show host.
Yeah, perfect example. Then you've got Ray, Dan Aykroyd's character, who's the kind of enthusiastic everyman, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's technical sort of engineer side of things, isn't he? But what he is, he's a excited puppy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, one of my favourite scenes is when they're trying to find somewhere to have their base and they're in the firehouse, fucking ladder 8.
Yeah.
And Egon's talking to the woman and he's saying, "Oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad." It's basically the worst thing ever. And the next thing, it shoots up to Ray, who's at the top of the pole. He's like, "Does this pole still work?" Yeah. Slides down and he's like, "This place is amazing," or whatever he says.
We should stay here tonight.
And I just think it's geniusly played, you know, the sort of the difference between each of these characters, and then going on to Egon, who's kind of the scientific, extremely serious intellectual.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He collects, what does he collect?
I collect spores, molds, and fungus.
That's his hobby.
I mean, it's so good. I mean, and we could talk about this film all night, couldn't we?
Yeah.
And what we've got to do really is, I think we've got to put 1 and 2 together. It's just what's so good about Ghostbusters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously, Ghostbusters 1 was a massive success, and then we had Ghostbusters 2 on the back of that, of course. But I think another thing that really worked with these films was, at the time, we'd not seen a comedy with heavy visual effects.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think some of the visual effects in it are quite groundbreaking on a small budget.
Yeah, yeah.
On a small budget for the time. I think there's 630 VFX shots in Ghostbusters.
I look at it now, and I don't know if I'm going back to like my childhood and going, how did they do that? I mean, I think some of the special effects, as you'd call it, like where the terror dog is jumping about, not the still where it's the puppet, but you think, oh, that's a little bit ropey. Number 2, I think a lot of the VFX in that are pretty good. Yeah. But then there's other things like we're in the library and the cards flip out, or when you're in Dana's apartment and the eggs start to burst.
Yeah.
And it's like,
really clever.
how did they do that, man?
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
practical effects side.
Yeah.
Really, 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 really clever, I think.
Yeah.
And I think, again, they're quite realistic, going back to that library scene. The ghost looks like a ghost, doesn't she, the old woman? It doesn't look kind of outlandish and so unreal that you can't separate yourself from it, whereas... Or well, you can separate yourself from it, I should say. Whereas when you see that old woman, like I say, she scares the crap out of me. And it's just really realistic effects, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
Obviously Stay Puft Marshmallow Man doesn't look that realistic, but...
But to talk about the practical effects, that miniature that they built, you can see there's loads of behind the scenes stuff, but when they built that, the miniatures of, is like the whole of Central Park and all of that, Central Park Row or whatever it's called in New York, and they made him walk down, and I just love that.
Now, the Ghostbusters remake in 2016, was it? The all-female reboot.
Yeah.
Got a lot of flack, and I think justifiably so. And it's nothing to do with it being... I think what happened was a lot of people were just latching onto the fact that, it's all female, and that's why people aren't liking it. It's, it's men being men and all that. And it's nothing to do with that for me. No. It's just not a very good film. I think to me, the comedy in the original comes from the fact that the characters themselves are funny, and the comedy's almost downplayed. Yeah. It's almost like a sort of an aside in it all the time. It's not comedy for comedy's sake, whereas the remake one looks like a load of Saturday Night Live sketches just put together. And it's a real shame, because you've got some of the funniest women in film and TV in that cast. Yeah. Like Kate McKinnon, I think, is hilarious. Kristen Wiig. Really funny comedians. And it shows that all of the surviving members of the Ghostbusters were in that. They played small cameos. So if they didn't think it was going to be good, they wouldn't have put their name to it. Yeah. So I think they thought it was going to rejuvenate, because a sequel, a Ghostbusters 3, has been in the works for a long, long time, as everyone's been clamouring for it. Yeah. Now, obviously, Afterlife is a sequel, but not in some respects, because it's not about those three. But... Yeah, it's just a shame that because I was excited for it. I mean, everyone loves Ghostbusters. Let's get out. It was just, it was a shame, and that kind of cancel culture, as we're calling it now, which frustrates me no end. Yeah. And everyone's going, why are you number one, why are you remaking it?
and why are you putting all women in it? It's just not a valid argument to me. If it's good, if a plot's good, and the performances are good, it will be good. It fell way below expectations, I think.
Same. And I think, going back to talking about VFX, I think the VFX in it were too cartoony.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, there was no realism, there was no fear.
Yeah.
You don't fear any of these ghosts. Like in the original Ghostbusters, there's a few scenes where you are, like, Gozer is quite scary.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? You know, when Dana's kind of, you know, being all weird, she's quite scary, I think.
Yeah.
Sexy, but quite scary. You know, it was very confusing as a young boy watching that film. But, okay, favourite scene in Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2?
There are plenty, and I think there's some cliche ones. So meeting Slimer for the first time, everyone loves that. Ray, he's here, he's looking at me. Ah! That's great.
Do you know, can I just interrupt
Go on.
you there? He wasn't called Slimer until the cartoon.
Yeah.
In 1986. I think he was known as Onion-Headed Monster or something.
And he's their mate or something in the cartoon.
Yeah, he is.
Which, well, I don't mind that.
It's like the firehouse, the ghost house dog, isn't he?
Yeah. There's obviously the Stay Puft bit, which the bit that I actually really like, and I think it is underrated, is in Ghostbusters 2, the courtroom scene where they're being berated and Lewis is there as their attorney, and then the judge Wexler's well going for it, and all the slime bubbles up, and then the Scolari brothers, I put them down for murder, and then the Ghostbusters was like, "Oh, we can help. Just get us off this charge or whatever." It's like, just tell them you don't believe in ghosts, and they're like getting them. And I love that because I think those effects are really good.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah, how about yourself?
What do you think you say Ghostbusters 1?
Well, combined, that's my favourite. Yeah.
Okay, so Ghostbusters 1, my favourite is after they've been in the Cedric Hotel and caught the ghosts and whatever. It's that montage scene afterwards where the theme kicks in, and you see, because you've been rooting for these guys so far, haven't you, for like to that point in the film, and then all of a sudden it's like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're on Larry King's talking about them. They're in all the newspapers, the New York Times, I think, and stuff like that. And the theme's playing in the background. And as a kid, it was just like, yes, they're doing it. This is buzzing. Like they're a thing now. You know what I mean? People are respecting the Ghostbusters. So I think that's one of my favourites. I do love Ray's line in the library, going back again to that scene. I love Ray's line in the library where he says, listen, you smell something?
Yeah.
It's just really stupid and really funny. Ghostbusters 2, I love the slime, it's a river of slime bit. Usually Ray that I like, I think.
I'm in some kind of a chamber. Does tile work? Slime! It's a river of slime!
But my favourite scene in that is the Statue of Liberty where they coat it in all the slime.
Yeah.
And then they play Jackie Wilson higher and higher through the speakers, and they start walking through New York with the Statue of Liberty because they want the positive energy to come and smash that, like, sort of weird force field of whatever it is around the building. Because of Vigo, the Carpe Vigo. You look a bit like Vigo.
Do you think so?
But yeah, so that would be my favourite scene. So
Yeah.
All right, let's quickly talk about Afterlife then.
Yeah, so obviously written by Jason Reitman, the son, and I think that is key, that is integral to it. He was obviously on set a lot when his dad was making it. Yeah. I think the cast looks really good, and just those visual effects that kind of tie in the Ghostbusters, they've used those very, very well. It's obviously got some of those iconic sounds as well, like when the proton packs are charged.
Sound design, man. They're some of the most iconic sounds in history.
The Ecto 1 siren.
Yeah,
oh, man.
It's instantly recognisable.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of Afterlife, in terms of all the trailers we've seen and whatnot, I think, like you said, that's the key, is that they seem to have captured the originals in a way that the 2016 remake didn't and couldn't. Yeah. And I think they just the vibe of it, the excitement, and the little additions. They've not tried to just go right outside the box with it, have they?
Yeah.
Like the little additions, like the seat outside of Ecto 1 flipping out, and then this shooting the proton pack. It's just so cool.
Yeah, and I'm very much looking forward to it. The only thing that it kind of niggles at me a little bit is, so the originals are going to be in it, those original cast. I don't want to see them old. I think that is going to hurt me a little bit to see them not in their pomp as the Ghostbusters.
I'm not.
I saw a picture of Bill Murray the other day, and it's like, I mean, we all get old, don't we? But I looked at him, I thought, oh man, you're still Bill Murray, but not as I remember you,
and you
in
love
your
Bill
pomp.
Murray,
I do love Bill Murray. I think it'll be fantastic. but I just don't want them to look out of place, like running, going, "Oh, I got a bad back" or whatever.
Oh my God, I've not thought of it like that. You know, that's quite a terrifying thought. It's kind of changed all the whole thought of it for me now, guy. I don't want to talk about this anymore. You ruined it.
I'm sorry.
But let us know what you think makes Ghostbusters so good in the comments. But right now, Gar, are you ready for this?
What's going on?
It's really time for something completely different. Okay, so for this week's challenge, Gar, I've gone a bit rogue. Now, as you can see, everyone, Gaz is wearing a lovely shock collar around his neck. Now, the reason we're doing this challenge is because, as you'll know, in Ghostbusters 1, there's a very famous scene with Peter Venkman doing an ESP test with a couple of people, and what he does when they get the wrong guess for the card that he's holding up, they get an electric shock.
Oh my God.
All right?
Think hard. What is it? Circle. Close. But definitely wrong.
Now, you've got this around your neck. I've got this here, which is a little device. I need to press the button, and I will give you a shock. Now, what I've got here are some cards. Simple A4 size, massive, oversized, hilarious cards. Right?
Yeah.
And I've got the suit of hearts. Okay? So from ace being 1 to 9.
Right,
9 of hearts, okay? And what I want you to do is I'm going to give you 5 chances.
5?
To guess. Not give you 5 chances. I'm going to hold up 5 different cards, one at a time. And
One
you've got to
is
tell me
enough. I think one's in.
5 at least. And using our connection, Gar, you're going to tell me what card it is that I'm holding up, okay?
Right, okay.
Right? If you get it wrong, you get shocked.
Oh my God.
Right? Now, we're on the lowest level on this. Now, what I will say is, these kind of things can be dangerous, so please don't try this at home. Do it somewhere else, because if you do it at home and you kill someone, it's your home that you're going to get caught in. So do it somewhere else where no one's going to find out. Are you ready?
Oh my God. I feel like one of the Scolari brothers. I got the electric chair.
Are you ready for this? Right, I'm going to pick the first card. Okay. Guess, look at me. What card am I holding up, my friend?
A heart?
It's a heart. You've got from ace to the 9 of hearts.
6.
It's 5.
Oh no. It's close though. It's close enough, isn't it?
It's 5.
It's close enough. Is that what you're saying? One every...
Let me turn it on. I'm going to check that it's working. Are you ready? Oh. That's not the thing. That's just to tell me that it's on. I'm going to turn the level up. Change the mode.
Oh my God.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh my God.
How did that feel?
Fantastic. That's level 1. Oh my God.
I'm really sorry.
I best get the rest.
Next card. Oh no. Are you... I've got to go up a level. Okay, to level 2.
Right, okay.
Gaz. What kind of... Look me in the eye, Gaz. Like Venkman with that sexy blonde woman. Look in the eye. I'm saying it to you. I'm telling you.
8.
It's a 2.
Oh my God. No idea.
It's a 2. You okay?
Oh, that's not good, that.
Let's go up to level 3.
No.
Bear in mind, folks, this goes up to level 100.
Oh my God. That'll kill me.
We're not going that high. That's mental.
Yeah.
But goes up to level 100, so be nice while you got that on, okay? Every day I'm shuffling. Put me in the eye again. We're on level 3.
Right, okay.
Put me in the eye, my friend. What is it? Come on, you can get this.
9.
It is not 9.
Oh, you swine. This is bad, man. This is bad. Oh,
That's
has this been tested on anything?
You got 2 more. I just tested myself on level 1.
Oh my god.
Right, you got 2 more left.
Right. I can't remember which ones I've done.
Here we go. Look at me, guy. You can do this. For all the people watching, you can do this. It's a heart. What is it?
8. Oh, yes!
All right.
Yes!
Does that mean we've got ESP?
Yeah, but just sheer panic.
So last one. So you've... It's not going to go any more than level 4.
All right, good.
At least. This could be it. So I'll tell you what you've got left. You've got 6, 7, 8, 9 and 3.
Right, okay.
All right? Your last one. Do not be buzzed by level 4.
This is so bad, man.
Right? You okay? Do you need a drink or anything?
8. It's 8.
It's 9.
I want to go home.
I can't stand your neck like that. You got 1 right out of 5. Are you okay?
No, put that down. Put that down. Subscribe, please, to the channel.
So we don't have to do this shit to try and get views. We're across all these social media channels. I'm going to take this off Gaz's neck and let him collapse on the floor. We'll see you next week.
See you.